Welcome back to 411 Sports Talk Radio on FaceTimeRadio.com. My website is 411sportsnews.com. As you can hear, Bench Warmer just going nuts over music like that.
That's back in the day music.
Yeah, it is.
Brooklyn.
Back in the day
and
music.
they had that whoop, 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 whoop. Studying, man. We got to crack that one up.
We're back talking NFL draft history. We just got through discussing the 83 draft. Now, what draft were you talking about?
And a question was posed, will there ever be another draft like it? That was a great draft.
Was there another draft similar to the one in the 83 draft that had Hall of Famers in the first round like that?
Another similar to that draft.
Similar, okay.
You ready?
Right.
1989. That draft, first player chosen by the Cowboys, Troy Aikman.
Oh, that draft.
Tony Manning was second. The third player chosen was Barry Sanders.
Okay.
Fourth player, Derek Thomas. Fifth player, Deion Sanders. You have 4 players in the top 5 picks that are Hall of Famers. 4 in the top 5.
Wow.
Shall we go on?
Go on.
All right. Now, the rest, Broderick Thomas, we all remember him. He wound up playing for the Cowboys for a second or two.
Yeah.
Tim Worley, Burt Grossman, Sammy Smith. That was the only running back I've ever had. Donnell Wolford, Trace Armstrong, Eric Metcalf.
Solid, whose
daddy was what? Terry Metcalf.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Lagerman, very solid. Andy Heckman, Hartley Dykes. Let's see here. Wayne Martin. Steve Atwater, who is considered one of the hardest hitting safeties. He took out Christian Okoye.
Yes, he did.
Ended his career. Andre Bad Moon Rising.
Right.
I'm sorry. I was going to say something. Cleveland Gary, he was solid. Keep it along. Steve Walsh. That's a supplemental draft. I don't know why. Tim Rosenbach, remember him? Bobby Humphrey.
Tim Rosenbach, I remember he was drafted. Okay, he was Phoenix.
Yeah. Bobby Humphrey.
Bobby Humphrey, Steve Walsh, and Tim Rosenbach. That's qualities.
Yes.
Rosenbach wasn't too bad of a quarterback. Walsh wasn't either. Bobby Humphrey
wasn't bad of a running
he
back.
He had potential Hall of Fame credentials. He just didn't last long.
Steve Wisniewski, who was a solid offensive guard he wound up being traded to the Raiders.
Right. That was a multiple Pro Bowl player there.
Yeah. Cornell Lake.
Right.
Eric Ball. Eric Ball, yes.
Okay.
Same draft. Darrell Johnston.
No, he's not Hall of Famer.
He's not a Hall of Famer, but dang.
He should be.
Boo.
Yes, sir.
Robert Massey, remember him? Courtney Hall. I loved him.
Doug Waddell.
Derek Waddell, yeah. Dennis Byrd.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jesse Small.
I barely remember him.
I remember him.
Billy Joe Tolliver.
Yes. Wesley Walls. Mark Stepnoski.
Yeah. Mark Stepnoski?
Very solid. Third round, yes. Very solid. Very solid. Marvin Cook.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. You got Rodney Winston. Nah, sorry. That was a Cowboy pick.
Anthony Dillwig. He didn't turn out to be anything.
Bubba McDowell. Very solid. Don Beebe.
82. Buffalo Bills turned out to be a team favorite.
Yes. Tony Tolbert.
Pro Bowler. Ray Crockett.
Yep.
I remember him.
Let's see. We just stopped right there, didn't we?
Yeah, I don't see anyone else that comes out just eye-popping.
Mike Barber.
Dave Meggett.
Where you at? What round you on?
I'm on 5th now. Dave Meggett. He was a Pro Bowler. I don't remember Tony Martin. I don't remember
Vince
him.
Workman. I remember him. Working my way back to you, babe. Glenn Montgomery.
Yeah. 6th round, Rodney Peete.
Wow. Rodney Peete is the only quarterback Troy Aikman could not beat. Even at USC. When Troy Aikman UCLA, he never beat Rodney Peete.
Well, Rodney Peete was drafted way after Aikman.
Yeah, but when Rodney Peete went to Detroit, Troy Aikman couldn't beat him.
Wow. Chris Jackie, the kicker for the Green Bay Packers, number 13.
Yeah. Marvin Washington, defensive end.
Yeah.
Bo Orlando.
I vaguely remember who he is.
Him. I do remember him.
Heath
Sherman.
Heath Sherman.
Yeah, I remember him too.
Running back. Okay.
Don't worry about it. As long as I know him, that's okay. It makes good sense when I know him.
Going into the 7th round, I remember this dude,
Marion
Butts.
Yeah.
Number 35. That was a hard-hitting
sure
running
was.
back. He run your butt over.
Sure will.
That's all I seen in that draft.
Chavez Frogger. I remember him. They drafted him. He went to Nevada. He actually played here in the state of Texas.
Oh, he was drafted by the Cowboys.
Yeah,
okay.
he actually played in the state of Texas. I thought he was going to be pretty good. Pete Stojakovic.
Stojakovic, kicker. He didn't make a Pro Bowl? Man, that was a very popular kicker.
Yeah, it was.
He was accurate, but no Hall of Fame credentials, no Pro Bowl selections. That's shocking.
That is shocking.
Stojakovic was a nice kicker.
He was very nice.
Wow,
see.
you caught that one. I didn't see that one. I don't see anything else.
AJ Green.
Oh, my goodness.
Who?
Round 10.
I'm on 10 now.
He's an ESPN
Analyst.
favorite. Yes.
Let's see. No, not Rod Carter. I'm sorry. Okay, where Chris Becker? No.
Number 263.
263. Oh, Mark
Schlereth.
Flair, yeah. Yeah.
He was a Pro Bowler. He was a solid player in his day. And the rest.
Derek Finner.
Yeah. I don't know about him. I remember him too. I don't know. That's about it. That's all I can see.
That was a pretty.
That was a nice draft.
Pretty nice draft. Yes, Scott Akram.
Yeah, I vaguely remember him. Not really fully, but I heard that name before. But this draft is.
That was a solid
okay.
draft. I think maybe the 91 draft was a good one too.
91?
Yeah, I think the 91 draft was good too. That was the one with Emmitt Smith.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Who was the first pick? Oh, Russell Maryland.
Russell Maryland, yep.
What's your assessment of him? He was the first pick in this draft.
Sorry.
You think he was sorry?
He
He wasn't productive?
No, he wasn't. I don't think he was. I don't think he was a productive.
He was a Pro Bowler, but he wasn't.
Yeah, well, he was a Pro Bowler because of, number one, you play with the Cowboys, and at the time, the Cowboys had Pro Bowlers all over the place. So you're gonna be a Pro Bowler, but I just think he was just a decent, nothing that's gonna just set you off.
Right. And then I'm looking at the first round, and I see a player that I thought should have been at least second or third round talent.
Are you looking at 91?
Yes.
Okay, because I had to go to.
I'm looking at a player right now that I don't think was first round worthy at all because he didn't play like it.
Oh, you talking about Raheem Ishmael?
No.
Wait, because he was the first. Let's see, first round, 91 draft. You got Eric Turner? No. Bruce Pickens, Todd Light, Eric Swan, Herman Moore. Herman Moore was good.
He was solid.
Alvin Harper.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is not first round talent. The way he played in the offense for the Cowboys, he was at best.
He played the way the offense wanted him to play, though.
Well, that's true, but I mean, if Michael Irvin was hurt, he wasn't the overall number one receiver.
But he did what he was supposed to do, though. But Michael Irvin didn't get hurt.
That's true, but the games that he did.
When did he get hurt?
He got hurt after Harper.
All I remember is get him up. In Philadelphia, that's all I remember. Get him up.
You forced me to do research, but
Michael
he was at best a number two receiver. If he went to another team,
he did, and that's when he got sorry. Tampa Bay. He went to Tampa Bay and was sorry after that. He did go to another team,
right?
And he was sorry after he went to another team. Yeah, this draft.
He went to the Bucks, and then it wasn't worth deadly squat.
Right, him and who is that? The Shark.
Kenny Gant.
Hey, the 91 draft also produced Brett Favre.
What round was he?
He was second round.
Wow.
Roman Pfeiffer, Brian Nagel.
Roman Pfeiffer.
Yeah, you don't remember him.
Yes, I do.
Daryl Lewis. Now, there's a story about the 92 draft that I'm going to give you. I'm going to give it to you quick so we don't have to take a real quick break. There are 2 players that were picked in the 92 draft. Mm-hmm. That you just cut me off on.
Did I cut you off?
There are 2 players that were picked in the 92 draft.
Okay.
One of them was picked by the Houston. One of them was picked by the Houston Oilers. Okay, his name was. Let me see. He was picked in the second round. By the Houston Oilers' name was Daryl Lewis. Okay, so So Houston had chosen Daryl Lewis, the cornerback out of Arizona. Okay, so later on in that same draft, everybody goes on. Wesley Curl was taken in that draft. Ricky Waters was taken in that same draft. Chris Zurich was taken in that draft. So you go later on, Mo Lewis, Eric Williams, the Hall of Famer. Well, he should be a Hall of Famer. He's not Eric Williams is not a Hall of Famer, but he should be. Wouldn't you agree?
Offensive tackle number 79
for the Cowboys.
Yes, he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he should be. Ernie Mills was picked in the same draft. Ed McCaffrey, Yancey Thigpen, John Case, William Thomas. So you go all the way down, and you go about around the 6th round. Okay, and in the 6th round, let me make sure I got my story straight. Is it the 6th? Okay, Leon Lett was taken in the 7th round.
In this draft?
This draft, yeah.
Okay.
There was a running back taken in the. I got to figure out the rounds. Yeah, there was a running back taken in the 6th round. Let's go back to round 6 by Chicago, and Chicago thought they were taking. They looked at the draft. Now remember, Daryl Lewis was taken in the 2nd round.
Right.
They saw Darren Lewis, thinking he was Daryl Lewis. Picked up Darren Lewis. Chicago picked up Darren Lewis out of Texas A&M, thinking it was Daryl Lewis, but it was Darren Lewis. Now the history of Darren Lewis, we around these parts call him Tank. Some people call him inmate 5634775.
Okay.
He is now
you're getting a little too deep there.
No, not deep. This is public information. He's now spending 90 years in the correctional facilities somewhere in Texas. Because he did a Johnny Manziel. Rehabbed and got out, then get back in. This is the guy who, remember the story about a guy who robbed a 7-Eleven?
Yeah.
This is Darren Lewis.
Man. That's man.
But back in his day, he was off the chain. He was a nice running back out of Texas A&M. Out of Carter. He was part of the one that went to that. Remember that Carter that went undefeated? Well, he was on the team before that.
Okay.
Okay, but he was a nice running back. Very nice. As a matter of fact, him and Barry Foster came out the same year. And they was trying to figure out 1 and 2 of the land, the country. Best running backs of the country. It was either him or Barry Foster. Now, Barry Foster went on to go to Pittsburgh and have a very good career. Matter of fact, Barry Foster is in this draft. Barry Foster is the first player in NFL and Pittsburgh history to rush for 100 yards every home game in Pittsburgh. Then you got Darren Lewis, the first rusher to rush for 100 yards at break time during the inmate when they.
See, stay away from that.
When they had a yard time.
Right.
Time to go to yard. When you can get out. When
that was some Hall of Fame talent, too, and it just went to waste.
When you stop playing with your celly. Isn't that the one we said, Hall of Fame bust?
Yeah. He was one of them.
He was one of our Hall of Fame busts. Him and Roy Tarpley.
Yes, sir.
They probably hanging out together. Well, they can't be hanging out together now. That's just wrong.
Roy Tarpley is passed.
I know that. You should have said that.
Slow down the jokes.
Right. Okay.
Looking at this draft here, it appears that this draft here have had more Pro Bowlers than the previous ones we've even talked about. And the Pro Bowlers came after round 4 and 5.
Right.
Which is something you don't too much see. We got to take a break?
Yes, we do. Because you know what we got coming up, right?
What time is it? Oh, my time.